Part 1. Introduction and First Key Points. Have you ever walked into a room and felt overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff you've accumulated over the years? Maybe it's that collection of books you've been meaning to read, the boxes of old photos, or the kitchen gadgets you swore you'd use but never did. For many of us, retirement is a time to finally relax and enjoy the fruits of our labor. But what happens when those fruits start feeling more like a burden? Welcome, friends. Today, we're diving into a topic that's not always easy to talk about, but is incredibly important. The harsh reality of downsizing your life after retirement. Whether you're planning to move to a smaller home, simplify your lifestyle, or just make room for more meaningful experiences, downsizing can feel overwhelming. But it doesn't have to be. In this video, we'll explore why downsizing is often necessary, the emotional challenges it brings, and practical steps to make the process smoother. Let's start with the first key point: why downsizing is often unavoidable. As we age, our needs and priorities change. The big family home that once buzzed with activity might now feel too large and demanding to maintain. Stairs can become a challenge, and keeping up with repairs or cleaning can feel like a full-time job. Downsizing isn't just about moving to a smaller space. It's about creating an environment that supports your current lifestyle and allows you to focus on what truly matters. For example, my friend Linda and her husband, Bob, lived in their 4-bedroom house for over 30 years. It was where they raised their kids and hosted countless family gatherings. But after Bob retired, they realized they were spending more time and money maintaining the house than actually enjoying it. They decided to downsize to a cozy 2-bedroom condo, and while it wasn't easy to let go of their family home, they now have more time and energy to travel and spend time with their grandchildren. Now, let's talk about the second key point: the emotional weight of letting go. Downsizing isn't just a physical process, it's an emotional one. Our homes are filled with memories, and every item we own can feel like a piece of our history. Letting go of possessions can feel like letting go of a part of ourselves, and that's perfectly normal. One way to ease this emotional burden is to shift your mindset. Instead of focusing on what you're losing, think about what you're gaining. More space, less stress, and the freedom to focus on the things that bring you joy. It's also helpful to involve loved ones in the process. Sharing stories about meaningful items can make it easier to part with them, and passing them on to family members can give them a new life. For instance, when my neighbor Margaret downsized, she invited her children and grandchildren over to help her sort through her belongings. They spent an afternoon laughing, reminiscing, and deciding which items to keep, donate, or sell. Not only did it make the process easier for Margaret, but it also created new memories for her family. Now that we've explored the why and the emotional challenges of downsizing, let's move on to the practical steps you can take to make the process smoother. That's exactly what we'll cover in the next part of this video. So, grab that cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Part 2. Middle Key Points. Welcome back, friends. In the first part of this video, we talked about why downsizing is often necessary in retirement and the emotional challenges it can bring. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How to downsize in a way that feels manageable and even empowering. Our first practical step is to start small and stay organized. Trying to tackle your entire home at once can feel overwhelming, so it's best to break the process into smaller, more manageable tasks. Start with one room or even one drawer at a time. Create 3 categories for your items: keep, donate/sell, and discard. This method, often called the 3-box system, can help you make decisions more efficiently. For example, my cousin Jack started with his garage. He set aside a weekend to go through every tool, box, and piece of equipment. He was surprised to find that he hadn't used half of it in years. By the end of the weekend, he had a pile of items to donate to a local charity, a few things to sell, and a much more organized garage. Starting small gave him the confidence to tackle the rest of the house. Next, let's talk about the importance of creating a vision for your new space. Before you start downsizing, take some time to think about what you want your new home or lifestyle to look like. Do you want a cozy reading nook? A kitchen that's easy to navigate? A guest room for when the grandkids visit? Having a clear vision can help you make decisions about what to keep and what to let go of. When my friend Carol was preparing to move to a smaller apartment, she measured the rooms and sketched out where her furniture would go. This helped her realize that her beloved sectional sofa wouldn't fit, but it also motivated her to find a smaller, more comfortable couch that suited her new space perfectly. Finally, let's discuss how to handle sentimental items. These are often the hardest to part with, but there are ways to preserve the memories without holding on to every physical object. Consider taking photos of sentimental items before letting them go. You can create a digital photo album or even a scrapbook to keep the memories alive. For example, when my neighbor Tom downsized, he took photos of his children's old artwork, sports trophies, and school projects. He then created a digital slideshow that he could share with his family. It was a beautiful way to honor those memories without the clutter. Now that we've covered these practical steps, let's move on to the final part of this video, where we'll explore how to embrace your new, simpler lifestyle and find joy in the process. Part 3. Final points and conclusion. Welcome back, friends. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, from the reasons why downsizing is often necessary to the practical steps you can take to make the process smoother. Now, let's wrap things up by talking about how to embrace your new lifestyle and find joy in the simplicity that downsizing can bring. Our first final point is to focus on experiences, not possessions. One of the greatest gifts of downsizing is the opportunity to shift your focus from things to experiences. Instead of spending your time and energy maintaining a large home or managing clutter, you can invest in activities that bring you joy. Whether it's traveling, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a hobby you've always wanted to try. For example, after my friend Susan downsized, she used the money she saved on home maintenance to take a cooking class. She discovered a passion for Italian cuisine and now hosts monthly dinners for her friends and family. Her new, simpler lifestyle has allowed her to create memories that are far more meaningful than any possession. Next, let's talk about the importance of building a support system. Downsizing can be an emotional journey, and it's okay to ask for help. Whether it's a family member, friend, or professional organizer, having someone by your side can make the process feel less daunting. When my neighbor George was downsizing, he hired a professional organizer to help him sort through his belongings. Not only did it make the process faster, but it also gave him the emotional support he needed to let go of items he'd held onto for decades. Finally, let's discuss the power of gratitude. Downsizing can be a time of reflection, a chance to appreciate the life you've built and the people who've been a part of it. As you go through your belongings, take a moment to express gratitude for the memories they represent. This can help you let go with a sense of peace and closure. For instance, when my cousin Mary was downsizing, she wrote thank you notes to her family members for the gifts they'd given her over the years. It was a beautiful way to honor those relationships and let go of the physical items with gratitude. So, friends, as we wrap up this video, I want to leave you with this thought. Downsizing isn't just about letting go, it's about making room for what truly matters. It's about creating a space and a lifestyle that supports your happiness and well-being in this next chapter of life. Remember, small changes can lead to big improvements. Whether you're just starting to think about downsizing or you're in the middle of the process, know that you're not alone. This is a journey, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you downsized? What challenges did you face? And what tips would you share with others? Let's continue this conversation and support each other as we navigate this journey together. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, take care and remember, life isn't about the things you own, it's about the moments you cherish.